Hey guys, Dan here as a guest of ClimaxCombo, opening some Hololive Trial Deck Pluses, all 7 generations. In this video, we're going to do first gen. So let's get started.
This trial deck is yellow-green, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, that's dope. Gen 1?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
As a quick note, I'm not too familiar with the card effects, so I'll have the experts here at ClimaxCombo explain it at the end of this video if you'd like to stick around.
Yes, sir. And I guess since a lot of new players will be watching these, I guess we should have done in the last video, but every trial deck in Weiß Schwarz can actually come with more holos than just the initial card. So as we go through, we even have a chance of getting a signed card, which is actually really rare. So here's hoping. Yeah.
So first gen, we have Haato, Aki Rosenthal, Fubuki, Mel, and Matsuri.
I actually don't know any of these cards.
Okay, level 0 Haato. Level 0 Mel. Level 0 Matsuri.
Isn't that card okay too?
I'm not too sure.
Oh, okay. You're good.
Okay, level 0 Haato. 3 of those, 1 Mel. 3 of those, Matsuri. Mel, level 1, level 2 Matsuri, 1. Oh,
You're good.
2, 3.
That card is interesting.
Level 3, Haato, just 1. Okay.
It'll come in the back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Aki, Fubuki. 3 of those. Aki, level 0. Fubuki, level 1. 3 of those. Level 2 Fubuki. Just 1. Level 3 Aki.
Okay.
And I believe it
Combos
with this.
Yes, sir. And that combos, I think, with this one, right?
Yes.
I think that one's actually pretty decent too. Ooh, keep it tight, Dan. Keep it tight.
Okay. Oh, I'm trying. All right, level 0. 1. Level 0. Level 0. 1 Mel.
So these are the possible holo cards, like that. Ooh.
Nice.
Is this a triple R?
Yes.
Nice.
Dang, let's go.
Aki.
Oh, wait. Is that? No, it's not.
No.
I thought that was holo too. Okay. Oh.
Aki. Another. Matsuri.
Come on.
Weiß Schwarz.
No.
Oh,
No.
nope. Oh.
Oh. Is that it?
Ah,
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
better luck next time.
hey, you got the triple R, right?
Yeah. So
That's dope.
actually pretty good.
Damn.
So yeah, that's it for this opening. See you next time.
Hey guys, let's just get back the so-called expert. We'll now be going over what every card does in the TD. We'll go over what we think is pretty good or potentially playable in the up-and-coming booster. Keep in mind, at the time of this recording, we haven't really play tested with any of the booster cards. It's just what we kind of think or foresee. But honestly, all the Hololive trial decks have a lot of really good cards. If you can get 2 of all the trial decks, that'd be really dope. But anyways, let's get started. First up, 001K. When she's played from hand to stage, you can mill top 3 cards. And her second effect, she's a stock suicider. So when she gets reversed and the opponent's character is level 0 as well, send that card to stock and your opponent's bottom card goes from stock to waiting room. Not bad at all. Definitely playable. Next up, 00500 Fubuki. If you have 2 or more Hololive characters, she gets plus 1k specifically to this Fubuki and this Aki. And then she has an effect, pay 1, put her to rest, mill top 5. For every climax you hit, draw a card. Pretty good for the trial deck, but I don't know if you should be running in the actual booster. Next up, 002500. I think this is probably the best card in this booster. In this trial deck. So when she's played from hand to stage, you can pay cost as pay 1, send a Hololive character from your waiting room to your bottom clock. If you do, grab a Hololive character in your waiting room, add it to your hand. So it's kind of like a Riki, pay 1, deal yourself 1 damage, and U+. 1. Really solid card effects like this is always good. And the fact that you can grab anything in your waiting room without any restrictions and you control the damage is also very good. So if you can get a playset of this, I highly recommend it. Next up, 00500 Yozora. When she's played from hand to stage, you can discard a climax. If you do, choose a character and add it to your hand. And then she has a discard bond for 2 cards, one of them being the vanilla, and then one of them being the level 3 Akai. Not good in my opinion. I wouldn't run this. Next up, 002500. If you have 2 or less stock, she has plus 1500 power, so she'll be 4K. It's okay, but not good enough. Next up, 00500. She's a 500 front assist, and she has a startup. You can pay 1, discard a climax. If you do, salvage a character. I mean, there's better ways to discard climaxes in the actual booster and the other trial deck cards, honestly, so I wouldn't recommend it. Next up, this card 00500. When she's played from hand to stage, you can choose one of your character. It gets plus 2500 power for the turn. I wouldn't recommend it. Next up, this card is actually pretty good. 1045 Fubuki. During your turn, if all your characters are Hololive, she'll get plus 2k power. And she combos with the gold bar here. When she reverses an opponent's character by battle, if you have another Hololive character on your field, you can pay cost, which is discard a card. And then you choose 2 characters in your waiting room, add it to your hand. Really solid. I mean, just on your turn, she'll be 6-5. With the combo, she'll be 7-5. And then, whatever assist, she can be that much stronger. You'll definitely be reversing things at level 0 with this card. You get to filter your hand and get 2 characters. Really good, I think. Definitely playable in the up-and-coming booster. And the art is actually quite nice, so what's not to love? Next up, 1055 Vanilla. I mean, anyways, next up, 105k. When this card attacks, if you have 2 or more Hololive characters, she gets plus 2k power, so she'll be 107k. Not good. Next up, this backup is actually pretty good too. 500 power. It's a 2k backup, but when you do use the backup, you reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a Hololive character, add it to your hand, and then discard a card. Backups like these are always really good. I mean, at late game, it can really help you go towards another climax to cancel. And honestly, that one card can make all the difference from you losing the game. So really good. I don't think you'll be running more than 2 of these in a deck, but I mean, if you can get a playset, why not? You could add in your other decks. Next up, this event. This event's actually really good. So it's a 1-0 event. You play it. You send the top 2 cards of your deck to the waiting room, and then you salvage 1 character equal to the 2 cards levels or lower. So if you play it, you hit a 2 and a 1, you can salvage 1 level 3 or lower card. If you hit 2 zeros, of course, you can only salvage a level 0 card. I mean, pretty solid. It mills you, and you get to salvage a card. You don't have the most control over it, but overall, I do think it's pretty good. Next up, 217k. During your turn, she gets plus 1k for your other Hololive character, so she'll be 11k with a full field. And she has another effect when she reverses an opponent's character by battle and you have a climax out, you can choose a character in your waiting room and put it to your stock. So it's like you get a free stock if you kill something with a climax. I mean, it's okay for a trial deck, but I think there are better level 2s and other cards you can be running over in the real booster, so I wouldn't recommend it. Next up, this card's pretty interesting. 21500. It's a level assist in front, and she has another effect of if you're level 2 or higher, she gains the following effect. You can pay 2, put her to rest, and put this Fubuki to rest. If you do, play a level 3 Akai from your hand to the stage. All right, so next up, we got the 3-2 Akai. This card is fairly interesting. There's kind of a lot going on with it. It's 10-5 power. She has 2 effects. Her first effect is when she's played from hand to stage, you can use this effect. So at the beginning of your attack phase, you can send all other cards except herself to the waiting room, your opponent's and your own. If you do, when her damage is canceled for the turn, they take 3 damage. Her second effect is on attack, you can pay 2, discard 2. If you do, deal 2 damage to your opponent. So a fairly interesting card. I mean, just nuking the whole field is pretty interesting as it is. But keep in mind, you're only going to get 1 attack for the turn since it's at the beginning of your attack phase. You're going to blow up your own field. and you're only going to get 1 stock since you can only attack with her. But you can kind of technically get 3 attacks with 1 card because, I mean, there's her attack. If you use her second effect, on attack, they'll burn 2. Then her attack goes through, and if it cancels, then they take 3. Pretty funny. I don't think this card is terrible. I do think it is playable in the up-and-coming set. I don't think you'll be running 4 of this. I think at max 2. I mean, if you're like really running low on resources, it's kind of like your final thing. I think there's a lot of interesting things going on with this card. I mean, especially for a trial deck, it's super cool. So, pretty spicy card. I think it's playable. So definitely a keeper. Not in every deck though. It's still like an interesting tech if anything. Next up, this card is not so good. 3/2 10k. When she's played from hand to stage, you heal, and she combos with her gold bar here. On attack, you pay 2, discard a card. If you do, your opponent takes 4 damage, and she gets plus 1k power. Pretty weak, I think. The cost is kind of heavy. Taking 4 is a lot, so they're probably going to cancel. And she doesn't get that much more power. I mean, she'll be 11k, 12k. There's a lot of great gold bar combos in Hololive, and for level 1 and for level 3, so I think there are just better options than this level 3. And that's it for the trial deck. Like all the Hololive trial decks, they're all pretty good and interesting. I mean, to me, the cards that stand out the most is this card and this card. I think these 2 are really good. I mean, and for cards that you can use depending on your build, definitely the 1/0 with their combo, the event, and the level 3. And of course, the level 0/2. So, I mean, overall, a lot of great stuff going on here. And that's it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And until the next one, peace.